Nigerians, by all of us. We thank God for that.
Yes, you know,
we're still talking about it, alhamdulillah.
Yes, you know, and they were also, it's on record that Nigeria's economy was also strong under the administration of General Sani Abacha. You know, there was an increase in foreign exchange reserves, external debt was reduced.
So where did he steal the money from? So where would he have stolen the money from? Where would he have stolen the money from?
Well, that's what previous administrations, told Nigerians, that a lot of Nigerians' monies were taken out and kept overseas.
And because Nigerians are fools, they listen to everything. Babangida doesn't make Nigeria alone. Abacha does not make Nigeria alone. Abiola and everybody, nobody is big enough for Nigeria. We are all very important. Even the single man on the street is very important. We are all human beings, for goodness sake. All this wahala should stop. Babangida cannot make things or make things. She might do that cancer away.
All right. Then. Well, I was talking about, you know, some of the achievements of the Abacha military leadership, increase in foreign exchange reserves. He was able to stop the privatization programs and also improve road infrastructure in several major cities around the country. You know, is this in any way an indication of his style of leadership? Talk to us about his style of leadership, looking at some of these achievements and successes his administration was able to record.
Well, you know all that. You are the press. You know what Abacha did. You know what everybody did, the rights and the wrongs and everything, the successes, the goodnesses. You all know them.
All right, ma'am. Well, we all know them. But, you know, maybe why we're asking is for you to speak as somebody who was closer to him than the rest of us. You know, apart from outside what they say in the press, you said a lot of what some of his former associates and even the journalists and everybody is saying are all lies. Some of them are not true and accurate. That's why we're asking you. So, what sort of a leader was he? Because all of these achievements could be an indication of somebody whose leadership was hands-on and was able to, you know, hold the economy firmly and also record some improvements.
You are not even talking about the security of the country.
We will get to that, ma'am. We'll get to that.
Okay, let's get there.
All right, then let's talk about security. There's this quote popularly credited to your late husband. You know, I don't know if that is true. Maybe this would just be like a fact check, where they claim that he said, you know, if insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, then the government or people in government are involved. I don't know. Have you had any of that?
But I had it like anybody.
Okay, yeah, is it true? Did he actually say that?
Must I know everything that he did? I'm not in the office. I'm just a wife in the house.
And you know, you're the most closest to him. You're the closest, even as his wife.
Yes, I'm close to him as his wife. But is there any insurgency during his time?
No, there was none. He was able to tackle some of it. That's what I wanted to use as a basis for getting into the question.
Even in Sierra Leone and Liberia, he went there and corrected things. And Nigeria was in peace. Now look at what we are in.
Then let's talk about, you know, insecurity. Since you're interested in talking about that, because not just as a former First Lady, you're also in Nigeria and you see what's happening, you know, across the country. These are insurgency that the country has had to deal with. You know, it has festered for more than a decade, started in around 2013, and it's still on. From your own perspective now, how would you say successive governments have failed in tackling these issue of insecurity frontally?
I cannot say governments have failed. They have not really failed. No government can fail. I'm a soldier's wife. I'm very used to living with soldiers, and I know how they deal with their profession and so on. And there are other countries apart from Nigeria that have insurgents, and they have tackled them. And I don't know what is the matter with Nigeria up till now, that we still have insurgents. We still have our military, Army, Navy, Air Force, and other police and other parastatals. And we have the government. We have the government from the top to the states, to the local governments, and so on. So I don't know how come these things have stayed so long and they have not been really tackled. And we have neighbors that have really tackled, and they are smaller countries. And we are bigger, we are richer, and we are more experienced. I believe in our military, I believe in our army, I believe in the armed forces, and I think they can do better if they wish to do. And I pray that they do. I'm praying for them that they do.
Well, as a soldier's wife, you also, to some extent, would know what is required for the military, these soldiers, to step up to the plate and tackle issues of insecurity. You said you know that they can do better if they want to do better. So could it be that they're not well motivated, or they've not been well motivated? Could it also be that in the past, military equipment, weapons, and all that they need in executing this warfare was not provided? What do you think is going on from your own perspective as a soldier's wife?
I cannot say that. I cannot say that because I'm not a soldier myself, and I'm not within the military itself now. So I don't know what weapons they have, or what arms they have, whatever that they have. I don't know, but I know that they have what it takes to tackle the insurgents. I know that they have that. And we have the money. Nigeria has the money, and we have the will, and we have the armed forces. We have everything. If ECOMOG can go to other countries and bring peace, why can't we be in peace in our own country?
Indeed, and your late husband was also head of state when ECOMOG went to some of these countries to restore peace, and was also able to tackle some of the security issues in Nigeria. At that time, there was no insurgency, and you also alluded to that. So what did your husband's administration do differently that you think it has been lacking since the return to democracy in 1999?
The difference between the military rule and the native administration, they are very different. We have what we call the democracy, and I think the governance is different, and the power that is to the head of state, I think they are also maybe different, because the military government has power, and they have the will to tackle so many things. But maybe the civilians are not that strong. I don't know. But I think they should talk to the military, because the military work with them. They have the armed forces with them. I think they should talk with them and then get on with some of these things and take care of them.
Okay, let's look generally now at the state of the nation, the economy. How would you say the economy is doing? We know that things started to nosedive, especially when crude oil prices crashed. Different administrations have also come with different economic policies, and we've also seen this current administration introduce some reforms which they say are necessary, including the removal of petrol subsidy, which largely caused some kind of hardship for Nigerians. But the administration now is saying that we're beginning to see these policies yield results. But what's your own general assessment of the state of the nation, especially with regards to the economy?
In Nigeria, we're very rich. We have oil, we have gold, we have other natural resources and minerals. We have everything. And then I think we didn't tackle them the way we should. The Ministry for Solid Minerals should take care of them, and then they should take care of especially the gold, and then they should take care of other minerals, and then take care of the economy. That is number one. I think the Nigerian government should speak with other foreign governments that are interested in what we have, so that they can now come to an agreement on how to sell and buy. Even in those days, our great-great-grandparents sold and bought, at least through this method of, what do you call it? There is that method that they do, that they buy and they sell. So I think we could sell and buy so many trade by barter. God bless you. Yes, trade by barter. Yes. When we use the cowries, we call it wuri. When we use the cowries, even now they call it, even now in the north, we call it wuri. Wuri means money. So I think our government should talk with foreign governments that are interested in us, instead of be bringing insurgents, that we should have some agreement. We are a sovereign country. We have our own state. We have our own money. We have everything. I think our leaders should be strong enough to take care of Nigeria and Nigerians and our economy properly.
All right, ma. I would like
and there are people that are educated enough that will give good advice.
All right, I would like to ask you about
the state of the economy.
I would like to ask you about the issue of education. You know, Nigeria has one of the highest rate of out-of-school children, and it's most prevalent in the north, with a lot of young girls, especially out of school. This has been a major concern for the government, a major headache for the government, and we have seen deliberate efforts made by the federal government and governments at other levels to tackle these issues. But do you think enough is being done? And what sort of danger would you say this issue portends? As somebody from the north, you are also on ground, you see and relate with people around. What sort of danger would you say this portends if the issue of out-of-school children is not treated as a national emergency?
I cannot say it's a national emergency, and I cannot say it's not been treated. Enough has been done. But you know, we have a large population. We have a large population. And I think when the government is making their own budget, I think they should know where to place the budget, where the budget is really needed. You know, the priority areas. The government should address the priority areas like the education.
And health, primary health care is also a big concern, you know.
The same thing,
maternal
yes.
and infant mortality.
Yes, exactly, the same thing. When we were in office, you know, I started the national program on immunization for pregnant women and newborn babies. But I don't know what happened after we left. And I did the basic education also. But that one, I don't know, you know, so many things have been changed. And I did the economic advancement program also, the family advancement program also, to assist the people, the low-income people, and to assist the young people, the school leftover, and so you know, all those things have been stopped. So you see, Nigeria cannot continue the way it is. If people start good things and other good people come and stop the good things, and good things don't continue, then how do you take care of people? You know, it cannot be done. Manna does not just fall from heaven.